Alrighty then. Let's see if I can manage to keep this voice up for the entire video. In the past, I have spoken with this voice for a matter of less than a minute, but I'm gonna try to get away with it for potentially up to 30 fucking minutes. So I'm gonna retake the political compass test. I took this about a year and a half ago on my channel. When I looked significantly different and I weighed a fuckload more. But yeah, I'm a lot different now. And well, obviously there's a reason for it. I'm going through hormone replacement therapy. I know you can see my facial hair, but that's because I haven't shaved in like 3 days. And I don't want to bother shaving right now, so here we are, you know. But previously, I scored a negative 6.88 on the economic left-right scale and negative 6.46 on the social libertarian slash authoritarian scale. So quite far into the lib-left quadrant, but I do think it's changed a little bit. I think I have drifted to being more authoritarian and more left. So yeah, we'll see how right I am about that. I don't know if I am, but whatever. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of transnational corporations. I strongly agree with that. I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. No, fuck my country. The US fucking sucks. No one chooses their country at birth, so it is foolish to be proud of it. I'd strongly agree. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Strongly agree. I'm kidding. No. Maybe some races are slightly better at other things than other races, but overall, it doesn't matter. It's not to a significant degree, so I'll pick strongly disagree. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Strongly disagree. I feel like that should be obvious. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. I don't know. I know for a fact that I answered strongly disagree the last time I answered this quiz or whatever. But I'm gonna put just disagree with it at this point. Because, I mean, I could see reasons to do it. Well, I don't know. It's kind of difficult. Well, I don't know. I'll just put disagree this time, but I can't really give a concrete reason as to why I'm doing that, so whatever. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Strongly disagree. That's, at least to some degree, how you can keep more people informed. People are ultimately divided more by class than nationality. I strongly disagree. And I would actually go even further than that in saying that people are more divided by class than even by things like race. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Well, shit. I guess I'm gonna put agree because having a super high inflation but a super low unemployment, that doesn't really do anything for the people, but you could give the argument that having a low inflation, having low inflation but high unemployment, it's probably better for the people as long as there is a reasonable degree of social security. At least that's how I see it. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. I strongly agree with that. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. I strongly agree. Communism. The freer the market, the freer the people. No. Because that just leads to monopolies. That leads to monopolies and the giga-rich, and fuck that shit. It is a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. I agree with that. I know a lot of people will say disagree or strongly disagree, but it's fucking bottled water. Maybe if we can ensure that everyone gets reasonable quality water, but even then, I still don't think that's something that should be a boutique product. Oh well. Land should not be a commodity that is bought and sold. I'm gonna put agree for this. Maybe not strongly disagree, but agree. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Strongly agree. Pretty much as I am recording this, there's the issue with the hedge fund managers and Reddit using GameStop to fuck over hedge fund managers out of a couple $1 billion at this point. Protectionism is necessary in trade. I strongly agree, as it helps the people. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver profit to its shareholders. No, that's not what it should be. The point of a company should be to deliver a reasonable product to its people and to deliver profit to the people that work for it. There's a reason why co-ops are really successful and a very good thing. The rich are too highly taxed. Strongly disagree. We need to tax the fuck out of them. 90%, please. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. I know a lot of people disagree with this statement, but I mean, I agree. I mean, there should be a baseline, very good standard of medical care, but I mean, I don't know. I wish I could just not click this one or just put neutral, but I don't know. I guess I'll put agree. Governments should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Yes, they should. So, and when it says penalize, I want it to mean penalize strongly. So shit like Flint doesn't happen. And when I say strongly, I mean like liquidate 50% of the company forcibly. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. Yes, because it should be free for the people, not the corporations. Abortion, when a woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. Strongly disagree. It should always be legal. And abortion should always be legal up until, well, really ever, because, I mean, if the fetus is viable, you could just do an early birth at that point, and if it's not viable, if it's not reasonably viable, let me rephrase that, then there's no loss whatsoever. So, yeah. Authority should All authority should be questioned. All authority should be questioned always. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Strongly disagree. We're not, 4000 BC Mesopotamia with the Babylonian Code, or is that what it's called? Oh, Hammurabi Code, that's what I meant to say. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Strongly disagree. Knowledge and knowledge and things that generally make the world a better place should be propped up, even if they're not viable without assistance. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I actually disagree on that. I'm not going to tell you students should be forced to go to every single class always, but until they've established that they can learn their own at a reasonable level, then I do think that they should attend class. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. I strongly disagree. That's some silly shit. That's some race baiting bullshit. Fuck that shit. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Strongly disagree. Shame is a much better or a much more useful option, and a much better option is just to simply say, hey, you're not allowed to play video games or some shit like that. It's natural. It is natural for children to keep secrets from their parents. Strongly agree. Goodness knows I did for 25 fucking years, but only slightly over a month ago I stopped having to keep any secrets from them. Well, any non-sexual secrets, we'll say that. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Strongly agree. Marijuana should be legal, although I'm not super keen on overuse of it. Well, I'm highly against it being overused, but that's a different question, so whatever. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. I agree, but at the same time, it also should be to teach students how to think critically. It should do both. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to produce. Ooh. Boy, that is actually a really fucking tricky question. I want to say agree because people with severe autism, and especially with people who have severe mental disabilities, they should not be allowed to reproduce. But that does get into eugenics. That does make me want to say disagree. But I know it's a shitty thing, but whatever. And I know as a trans person, it's a weird thing for me to say, but hey, I'm not having kids, and I don't have any serious inheritable disabilities. You can't inherit the trans, so yeah, and I'm not gonna have kids anyways. Yeah, I know, that's a shitty one, but whatever. I can't help it. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Fuck that. No. Be rebellious, do whatever you want, but I will say don't let it ruin your life. So there's that, but whatever. There are no savage and civilized people, there are only different cultures. Strongly disagree. I'm sorry, there are some really shitty fucking cultures out there. And I'm not even necessarily referring to Islamic cultures, which I did refer to in the past. At this point, I'm more so referring to dirty fucking right-wing culture of the South and that kind of shit. So, yeah. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. No, because if they are able to work but refuse the opportunity, chances are something is wrong in their life and they need some assistance to fix it. Everyone is able to offer something reasonable, okay? It's just some people, they need some help. When you are troubled, it is better to not think about it. It is better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. Strongly disagree. It's actually a good thing to think about it. If you bottle it up, it'll come out in ways that are really not good. First-generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. I'm going to agree with that. But it's not in a malicious way. It's just that, well, okay. There's the perspective of, if there's someone who came to this country at a super young age, but I don't think this question is referring to that. I think it's referring to people who are, say, in their 20s or 30s that come over and, try to make it for themselves here. But I still don't agree that they'll ever be able to be fully integrated. But I'm not saying that in a malicious way. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. No, it's actually the opposite, almost always. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Strongly disagree. I think public broadcasting is a good thing, but what I will say is it generally should be as non-partisan and as independent as it can be, but that's not always the easiest thing to do, so whatever. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Oh, wait, no. I strongly agree? Yeah, I strongly agree on this one. I don't know. I mean, no, wait, no. I do strongly I do agree that they're being excessively curbed. Like, we don't need spying on the American public or any shit like that because of quote unquote suspected terrorists, because of, what, a few people 20 years ago, oh god, it's 20 years ago at this point, killed a couple thousand people in New York. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but, you know, it shouldn't infringe upon our civil liberties. A significant advantage to a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. While on one argument, I can see where they're going, but there are pitfalls to having one-party state that make me strongly disagree. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Strongly disagree. Because everyone has wrongdoings. People who are innocent should be worried about it. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. I mean, I strongly disagree, but I really do think that I mean, in a judicial system, I agree. The one thing that gives me hesitation on saying that, and I'm still going to put strongly disagree, is during the Capitol insurrection, I cannot believe only 4 protesters died from that. And I'm pretty sure, like, only one of them was actually killed by the DC police or whatever. I mean, they should have fucking wasted those terrorists. They really should have. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous that they didn't. So, yeah. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. No, we should all be equal. At least to as strong of a degree as we can. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Strongly disagree. Because abstract art, at least to some people, can mean something. Even if it doesn't mean something to some people, or even something to the creator, that's fine. Also, I realize my voice is just dying. Oh, whatever. In criminal justice, punishment is more important than rehabilitation. Strongly disagree. It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. Strongly disagree. Well, no. I do strongly disagree. Maybe you can't rehabilitate all criminals to the point of where they could integrate back into society, but I mean, rehabilitating them from being murderous psychos to being subdued psychos, it's better than nothing. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Strongly disagree. Enlightenment occurred from art. So, yeah. Whereas feudalism came from business and capital. So, yeah. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Fuck that. No. Also, you can't afford to be a fucking homemaker at this point. That shit's dumb. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. You know, I know for a fact that in the past, I think I actually might have put strongly disagree at some points. Yeah, I think I did put strongly disagree at some points. I'm not going to put strongly agree, but I will put agree. Because there is a limit to, like, how much it can be... How much exploiting it can be prevented. I mean... Well, it does specify multinational. I don't necessarily care about the multinational part, but it's the company's part. Well... No, I'm going to stick with just agree. If it's an ethical company that's exploiting it in the name of progress, well, whatever. I don't care. That's fine. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Strongly disagree. Fuck the establishment. Astrology accurately explains many things. No, it's It's a bunch of bullshit that explains nothing. Just like religion. You cannot be moral without being religious. Strongly disagree. You cannot be moral while being religious. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Bullshit. Charity generally doesn't do shit. And charity generally has so much fucking overhead that it's absurd. The government is way better at doing charity than charitable organizations are. Some people are naturally unlucky. Well, there is no such thing as luck. It's just chance, which you could say is luck, but it's not, so I'll just put strongly disagree. It's important that my child's schools instills religious values. Strongly disagree. Religion is utter fucking bullshit, and no child should be, I don't even know if it, that's an interesting, I was about to talk about an interesting topic of, I don't even know if any child should be exposed to any religion before the age of 18 or 16 or something like that. I will say, for sure, I don't think children should be exposed to it in any way before the age of 8, where I'd say they're a lot more cognizant, or even 10, honestly. And then I don't know. It's a very difficult topic, but I definitely don't think children should have access to religious materials, and I only think for a while during childhood they should be taught about it in a sense of, this is what religion did to some people. This is the atrocities it committed. Maybe at age 14, I guess, they could be taught, hey, well, I don't know. That's a very complicated question that isn't even related to the quiz. Sex outside of marriage is usually immoral. Strongly disagree. Because, goddamn, I'm not married and my boy pussy's being plowed like 4 times a week or something like that. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Yeah, they should not be excluded. Especially since same-sex couples and queer couples genuinely make better parents than straight couples. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. I strongly agree. Porn's great. I make some porn from time to time. Wish I could post it more often, but whatever. And I wish I was prettier, but hey, it's easier now that, well, I have tits to some degree. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Strongly agree. Yeah, strongly agree, unless it's like, I guess the only caveat I would agree is, I would say is, I don't think someone should be legally allowed to sign away the right of life to someone else in the name of something like, oh, I'm gonna like fully kill you, cook you, and eat you in like the most boar fetish thing possible. So yeah, but I still strongly agree. No one can naturally feel homosexual. You know, this question's kind of weird. Because I don't even know what to answer about that one. That's a really weirdly worded question. I am actually gonna Google that one to see exactly what they mean. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll say strongly disagree. You can feel naturally homosexual, obviously. Lord knows I know it. Well, I don't even know if that's right for me to say, because I'm a trans girl and I'm in a relationship with a man, so I'm in a straight relationship, a straight queer relationship. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Strongly disagree. It needs to go even farther. Alright. Now, let's see where I'm at. This is what I was at before. I suspect it's probably a little bit more authoritarian and more more left. I would think so. If I've gotten more conservative, I'd be shocked. Wow. I'm wow. I'm actually a little surprised about that. I feel as though I personally feel as though I've gotten a little bit more authoritarian. At the very least, I've definitely gotten more authoritarian in my attitudes toward right wingers in this country. Like, I really do think there should have been much more force used during the Capitol riots. So, yeah, but, I guess I'm nearing as left as I can get. Like, I am exceptionally close to it. And, wow, I'm really close to being as left as you can possibly be. And I'm really fucking close to... Or I'm kind of close to being as libertarian as you can possibly be. But, yeah. So, if anyone fucking watches this, thanks for watching. In the future, I might make some more political videos. I will definitely try to make some videos about being trans, my experience with it, although I'm gonna wait till the 6-month mark, which, I mean, that's only, 17 days away at this point. So, yeah. But, yeah, if anyone actually fucking watches this to the end, which I suspect most, if not no one fucking will, yeah, look forward to some new content in the future. Maybe I'll post some more leak shit. I don't know. But yeah, have fun. Bye bye.